Hi, this is Hina, and welcome back to my channel. And is it the time already when we thought the veil between where we are and the other side is getting the thinnest? I picked up 8 spooky places in the Niagara region. Please watch this video to its end, for I included one more place that is out of the region. And this is all about my and my family's experience, something that is not explainable. And I can't wait to share it with you. So let's get on with it. Number 1. Old Fort Erie, Ontario. Old Fort Erie has a fair bit of bloodshed and cruelty, since it was a very active battleground during the War of 1812. Visitors have reported seeing 2 ghostly figures, assumingly 2 soldiers, wandering in the dark. One without a head, and the other without both hands. Inside the officers' quarters, there is the original bed of Captain Kingsley, who died here after suffering from fever, hallucinations, and mercury poisoning. A notorious womanizer and curmudgeon himself, Kingsley was known to harass any female to cross his path. Many believe that Kingsley has never left his bed due to his horrible death. Staff and visitors have reported hearing voices and footsteps near the bed. Some even claim that they feel the presence of someone while they are looking around this room. Number 2. Roseland Centre, Port Colborne, Ontario. Roseland Centre is an iconic building in Port Colborne, Ontario. Nowadays, it is a very happy place. People have weddings and other family events in this particular building. It was once owned by Louis Carter, a prominent businessman in town, who died in the year of 1896. Some people believe somebody in his family never left this home, because they believe they see a lady in white walking down the staircase. She lived here for many years after her husband's passing. Towards the end of her life, she didn't have the best health, so she stayed in her room upstairs. And when she would feel better, she would come down the stairs. On top of that, people claim hearing tapping sound or doors being opened and shut on their own. Number 3. Prince of Wales Hotel, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. The Prince of Wales Hotel is a historic landmark in Niagara-on-the-Lake. Over the years, it has hosted countless guests, including royalty, celebrities, and politicians. Built in 1864, it has 110 rooms, but many believe somebody has never checked out. Molly Maguire, a woman who was waiting for her husband to return during the War of 1812. When an American soldier, assuming she was a British enemy, pierced her with his bayonet. Molly's old bedroom, room number 207, has been reported to have lights turned on and off, and sounds of tapping and footsteps during the night. You can stay in this room, but you may need to book far in advance. Good luck. Number 4. Niagara Parks Power Station, Niagara Falls, Ontario. The Niagara Parks Power Station began construction in the year of 1901, and it played a vital role in the development of Niagara Falls. But is more famous for the apparition of a lady in white fur coat wandering around the thrust deck below the generators. She is believed to be Annette Rankin, wife of William Rankin, the founder of the Canadian Niagara Power Company, who is believed to be instrumental to undertake this huge project. Sadly, William died only a few months after the power station completed its construction. Heartbroken Annette disappeared and hasn't been found since then. Number 5. The Old Angel Inn, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. The Old Angel Inn is a historic inn in Niagara-on-the-Lake. It served many soldiers and travelers during the War of 1812. And some say the building is over 200 years old. Captain Colin Swayze, a Canadian officer, was killed at the inn during the American invasion of 1813. He intentionally delayed joining the British retreat so he could meet his lover. He hid himself in an empty barrel, and the Americans used their bayonets to pierce every corner of possible concealment. And people believe he met his untimely end then. Colin has been seen wandering at night looking for his sweetheart. People have witnessed faucets randomly turning on and lost objects showing up out of nowhere. My husband Chris and I stayed in this inn, and the next day we were granted a certificate that proves we successfully stayed here overnight. Number 6. The Courthouse, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. Niagara-on-the-Lake is one of Canada's oldest towns, so it is well known for its ghost stories. The most chilling story is the haunting of Judge Edward Campbell's ghost. Apparently, he didn't feel very comfortable in this cold stone building. He died of pneumonia at the age of 54. People have reported cold spots, a sense of being watched, and a chandelier crashing down on the floor. Number 7. Fort George, Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario. Fort George was a crucial British military outpost during the War of 1812. It was in a strategic location overlooking the Niagara River and Lake Ontario. It played a significant role in defense of Upper Canada, now the province of Ontario. It has been reported to be haunted by spirits of soldiers and their families. Visitors have seen a young woman, and some claim to have seen a man hiding behind the bunk beds. And there is a mysterious mirror which was bought from England and then later moved to the fort. People claim to see mysterious lady's reflection in the mirror. Number 8. Bertie Hall, Fort Erie, Ontario. Bertie Hall is a Greek Revival mansion built by William Forsyth Sr. in the year of 1833. This legendary Niagara home has a long history. Legend has it that there is an underground tunnel in the basement which allowed escaping American slaves to cross over to Canada. It was also once a doll museum, and people believe it was during that time when paranormal activity became apparent. Sounds of footsteps, movement of furniture to the other side of the room, cold spots, movement on the staircase, etc. Today's bonus: Spadina House, Toronto, Ontario. Spadina House, which is now Spadina Museum, is located on top of a ravine overlooking the city of Toronto. It was home to 3 generations of the Austin family. The property was purchased by businessman and financier James Austin, founder of Dominion Bank and president of Consumers Gas. This house illustrates the evolution of styles from mid-Victorian to colonial revival. The incident took place when my family and I were visiting this particular mansion in the year of 2023. It wasn't our first time to be here, but this time my language student Ruby was with us. My husband Chris, a passionate photographer, was doing his usual things. You see my student Ruby checking on the phone when my husband was taking photos of the top floor landing. Please pay attention to the door to the hallway. Let's take a closer look. And enhance the image. We have no idea who this is. There were a number of tourists around us, but we cannot recall anyone who fits this type of look. With all the glory and wealth he enjoyed in his life, James Austin wasn't very lucky with his sons. He and his wife Susan Bright had 5 children. His eldest son Charles died at 13, and his second son James died of pneumonia at the age of 38. It is said the family renovated the 3rd floor so they could accommodate their sickly son in the brightest space of the house, and so he would be assisted by the servants living on the same floor in case of emergency. James' other son, Percy Austin, participated in World War I as a gunner. Later, he was diagnosed with shell shock, PTSD of today. He had never been married and died in the property at the age of 69. With all the stories I shared with you about this house, Spadina House is a beautiful place. I definitely recommend you to visit this house when you're in Toronto. During my research on haunted places, I started to wonder why we are so infatuated with haunting. Whoever those entities were, it seems they had their own issues. It could be their sorrow, anger, or even attachment. Something we can easily relate to. And what we can do as living beings is to give them space and to be respectful until they figure out their own issues. Thank you for watching. I wish you a happy Halloween. Sleep tight.